Okay, we're back. Okay, so this is like my third attempt to do this video. So let's try this again. You had all kind of interruptions. Spirit has a bomb so below. Put through, please. Right? Okay. Let's restart over, Spirit, please, and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. Eight of Cups. Tell us more, Spirit, please. Please and thank you. The Devil, in reverse. Tell us more, Spirit. Okay, with the Eight of Cups, what? We're walking away from something. What? Devil reverse. We're taking back what? We're taking control back, right? We walked away. We're taking control back. What is it, Spirit? Tell us some more, please. What? Ace of Wands, Spirit. Ace of Wands. King of Pentacles. I'm not sure. Kind of in a mood today, guys. I'm sorry. I just tried 3 attempts to do this. Now I'm like kind of frustrated. So Eight of Cups, the Devil reverse, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles. Oh, one more, Spirit, please. Three Swords. Okay, Eight of Cups, Devil reverse, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, Three of Swords. All right, so what do we have? We have the Eight of Cups to the Devil reverse. We made like a decision to leave the devil, right? Get behind me, Satan. Leave the devil behind us, right? Take life back into our own hands, right? Then we have the Ace of Wands here. So Spirit said, okay, now we're going to play ball, right? And we have the King of Pentacles, right? So what? Did that lift you up as the King of Pentacles? And right next to it, we have the three. You walked away from a toxic relationship, Three of Swords. You walked away from sadness and sorrow, right? Something like that. Tell us more, Spirit, please. Thank you, Spirit. Like I said, this is like my third attempt on this video. So we have Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Alright, so Ten of Pentacles, right? This is, right, what do we have? It's like an inheritance. It's old money. It's, you know, generational wealth, right? We have Eight of Wands. So this, what I see here is we have a Ten of Pentacles coming at you. Eight of Wands, right? This is energy to the Page of Wands. This is like a handsome, you know, energetic, or, you know, the will to succeed, you know. Right? So it's like we got a Ten of Pentacles coming in hot towards to the Page of Wands. And of course, just like as always, we have a page. You got a Page of Cups next to the Page of Wands. That's an enemy. The reverse. Page of Cups reverse next to the Page of Wands. Under the King of Pentacles. Right? So this Page of Cups is like pissed. Right? Under the King of Pentacles. So I'm trying to think, like, makes me think of like this Page of Cups wants to be the King of Pentacles, but it's not going to happen. Right? Because you walked away from a situation, right? Spirit's saying you walked away, you got your life together, and you got to work, right? With the Ace of Wands, like the door, the pathway cleared open for you to get to work. And this created a King of Pentacles. You like think of the King of Pentacles, like this is you're wearing your coat, you know what I mean? Like your energy is the King of Pentacles. Though you have a broken heart, you survived, right? Your heart was broken, you were hurt, right? But you chose to get to work. You chose to get your act together. You didn't sit squalor, right? You didn't sit there and cry. And, okay? Right, moving forward, we have a Ten of Pentacles, right? This is family inheritance. This is generational wealth. Because you made the decision to walk away, to move on, to get to work, to do what Spirit asked you to do, right? It's coming. This Ten of Pentacles is coming towards you. There's no doubt about it. We have, and with the Devil reversed, the Devil was trying to stop this from coming to you. We have a Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, right? So this is coming at you. It's traveling to you, right? The Page of Wands makes me think like you were supposed to get it a long time ago, right? When you were a page, like not everybody is as old as I am, right? But that page, it was this Ten of Pentacles coming at you is gonna make you feel like a kid again, right? Something like that, right? Under the Ace of Wands, we have Ace of Wands and we have the Page of Wands. This is will, desire, passion, energy, masculine energy, okay? Then right after that, it's the Page of Cups in reverse. It's that speed bump. Hurdle. That's what I can never remember. They're hurdles. When you're you're on the track, you're running, and you gotta leap over the hurdle. Running, leap over the hurdle. That's what this is. This Page of Cups is a hurdle that it's an obstacle that you gotta jump over. You gotta avoid. It almost reminds me of because it's the King of Pentacles is here and the Page of Cups is in reverse. It's like your evil, you know what I mean? Like say if you had like a brother, right? It's your evil twin brother or something. You know what I'm saying? Looking at you. You know what I mean? Like it's like a reflection or something. Okay? And clearly with the Page of Cups in reverse is like there's some kind of like animosity, there's some kind of anger, frustration because you're gonna get this Ten of Pentacles or something, right? Right? And what's funny is that because of this Page of Cups, this like funky attitude, this crybaby attitude, Spirit says, hey, I got an Ace of Pentacles just for putting up with them. Right? You put up with this loser Page of Cups, right? This crybaby, like he's like stomping his feet. What the hell? I should have it. I should be the one. You know what I mean? This is a jealous loser, right? Looking at somebody who is the King of Pentacles, right? He wants to be that, but he's not. He's a freaking loser. So Spirit says, because you put up with that, I'm going to also give you an Ace of Pentacles, right? Because of what they did to you, because of the heartbreak and the sorrow. It wasn't necessary what they did, but they did it anyway. Spirit says, because you went through that and you survived, I'm going to give you an Ace of Pentacles, right? And here you are, sitting here in your Nine of Cups, like, yep, thank you. Thanks, Spirit. Man, the beginning of this read was like rough. It was weird. I don't understand what's going on here. Camera wasn't working. The intro was weird. Everything was weird, alright? Ace of Cups. Under the Ten of Pentacles. Blessings from God. Most High. It took so much just to get this top, right? The first set and the second set to get out. It was like weird. Like there was a blocked message, right? Nine of Cups. Lovely to see you again, my friend. But it's Knight of Cups would be right. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. Hangman reverse. That's Pisces energy, right? Devil's Capricorn energy. That's in reverse. Nope, I don't see a lot of major arcana out here. Just the Devil reverse, and then we have the Hangman reverse. Hangman is Pisces energy. It's in the reverse, so under the Page of Wands is you got yourself out of a pickle, right? You were in trouble, but you somehow you managed to, with the help of Spirit, right? We have right here. We have the Ace of Cups. Then we have a Knight of Cups. So somebody wants to come in, right? Somebody who, right? So we have Ace of Cups. This is Most High, giving you blessings, right? Under the Ten of Pentacles. Making sure that you are taken care of. Next, we have the Knight of Cups, okay? Water sign. They're under the Eight of Wands. They also want to come and speak to you. Okay? Water sign. And it has to do with you freeing yourself from bondage. It has to do with you being set free from this evil spell. What else, Spirit? There it is, Wheel of Fortune, right? Whoa. Right? Wheel of Fortune, we have Scorpio and Aquarius. We have Leo, we have Taurus, right? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is yet again the universe is saying because you made the right decisions, the universe wants to reward you as well. Can you imagine? Because you walked away, you got your life together, back together yet again, right? Spirit said, here's your Ace of Wands. Get back to work, let's go, I'm going to help you out. King of Pentacles, right, this makes me think, like, as long as you go to work and do your thing, this is how you present yourself as the King of Pentacles, right? With what? A broken heart. You had to pick yourself up off the floor and carry on with 3 swords in your back, in your heart. Right? Okay, so the reason for all this, the reason for you having to walk away, get your life back together again, having the broken heart, is because of this. It leads back to this Ten of Pentacles. It's family inheritance, generational wealth. There's money somewhere that belongs to you. Because you made the right decisions, right? You listen to Spirit, right? Now, the energy of a Ten of Pentacles is coming at you fast. And here you are, unsuspecting, really. You're just carrying on, being like you try to look good. You know, you're a handsome guy. You know, passion and desire, and you're a handsome looking dude, right? Page of Cups reversed next to the Page of Wands makes me think like this is like an enemy that you had to put up with. This is one of the guys, right? Along with this, you see the Devil's in reverse, so it's a bad relationship, right? You walked away from it, and then because for whatever reason, right? So this guy, this loser, we all know who he is. He had something to do with the Three of Swords. He had something to do with this relationship that went sour because he's a friggin' loser. I know exactly who he is. Yeah. Jealous, mad, right? Angry because what, you are moving through life in a different, you're doing things the way you know how to do it. You're doing life the way you do it. This guy doesn't like that. But it's his ego, and he's jealous, and his pride gets in the way every time. He's really a loser. Right? Because, let's just say that was your best friend, right? And he tried to get in between your relationship. He tried to get in between this Ten of Pentacles, right? Again, Spirit says, here you go. For all your troubles, here's an Ace of Pentacles. And you're going to be sitting pretty, right? Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, all by yourself, which is good. Right where you're supposed to be. With the Ace of Cups is, for like, let's say future, right? Let's say after all the dust clears, right? After we move on, right? We get to we're back working. We get our stuff together, right? This is going on kind of like in the background. Now we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so God says, the Most High Spirit says, you have our blessing because of all this that you went through. You apparently there's a Ten of Pentacles that belongs to this Page of Wands, right? Spirit says, I'm blessing you. You have the Most High's blessing. You have the Ace of Cups. We're going to protect you. We're going to take care of you. After that, we have a Knight of Cups. So this is somebody who has the same understanding or the same value. You know, they trust in the Lord, what have you, you know, or they, whatever it is about them, they have the same idea. They believe, right? They are walking towards you, Knight of Cups. They want to give you a cup. They want to say, hey, by the way, about this, the Hangman reverse, your freedom. And then we have a Wheel of Fortune, which is like the universe saying, we also want to help. The universe wants to help. It's crazy. You don't always see Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and an Ace of Cups in a read, guys. Bleeding around. Let's finish it, Spirit. Please. Thank you. You were just a fan. So I split the band. Love lies bleeding in my hand. Last two cards, Spirit. Let's go. No, guess not. I get a feeling that people are upset about this. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Magician. Under the Ace of Pentacles, under the Three Hearts, right? So you're a manifester. Wheel of Fortune, then you have the Magician. Masculine energy, okay? Love like this. Wow. So the Wheel of Fortune, right? Your freedom, right? And then you have the Hangman reverse. So this is your freedom. You have blessings from the Most High. You have somebody who is on your side, the Knight of Cups, who wants to tell you something having to do with your freedom. And the universe is going to spin the Wheel of Fortune for you. Then we have the Magician, which is like, what, that's more masculine energy. Wow, look at that. After the Magician, we have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. The World at the bottom of the deck. Right, so, like I was saying, we have people that are pissed off right now. There's a lot going on, I think, behind the scenes that we just don't know about, right? So Spirit's doing his best to get a clear message out. It almost looks like somebody, this Magician here, we have the magician, but it's upright, so which is weird. Love lies in my hand. It's a good song. I don't know if this magician was paid. Like the magician, put this aside. With the Wheel of Fortune next to the magician, it was like somebody took a chance. Somebody was paid under the. So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. I believe that maybe this magician, right, was paid. They said, "Oh, I'll do it. I'll take a chance. They gambled with the Wheel of Fortune. It got paid to try to kill, to 10 a sword, to 5 a sword, and to 7 a sword somebody." You understand what I'm saying? Right? And with the world at the bottom of the deck, this is everybody watching. Everybody knew what was going on. This was the target. This is the crosshairs. Yeah. All having to do with this 10 of Pentacles, right? This has been coming out in the storyline quite often. You know, you walked away from a crummy relationship. They tried to break your heart. You had somebody that was like your best friend that stood in the way, was trying to make it difficult for you, ruined your relationship, yada yada yada, right? And then we have this magician, right? Could be this, all three of these people, whatever this is, right? That was paid. This is what it looks like. Said, yeah, I'll do it. Sure, right? Wheel of Fortune. They took a gamble. They gambled, right? And said, oh yeah, I'll take this guy out, right? This is entertainment purposes only, right? And they were paid. This magician was paid to destroy and become like a problem. You know what I mean? Like they set out to destroy and to defame and decharacterize and steal. They came to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what this magician came to do. That's what it looks like, guys. Because you were doing fine until they showed up. And then all of a sudden it all changed. They came to kill, steal, and destroy. And everybody sat around while this went on. They all watched it happen. The world. They all watched somebody try to take somebody out. The corrupt cops, right? The officials that were a part of it. The hospital down the street that was a part of it. They all watched, right? They said, we're going to take this kid out. We're going to take this guy out. The corrupt cops, the church, all of it. They're all a part of it, in case you guys are unaware of this. So, but guess what? You're still standing, and guess what? I'm still standing. So, they failed. Some of us are already aware of this message. So, those of you who survived the bad relationship, you know who it just made me think of is Charlie Kirk, right? He was taken out by his, you know who, his close friends and his family, right? And the way his, the widow, the way she acts, it's almost like she's involved, right? But that's speculation. This is the same thing, so this is what they do nowadays. It's probably gone on for a while where anybody that has an inheritance or anybody that's like coming up, they're a star, in the world, whatever, they build a corporation, they build a company, and they gotta take them out. They try to take them out. That's what they tried to do to you. That's what they tried to do to me. and you have police and officials and the courts, and judges, and the hospital, and people that you work with. They're all involved trying to take you out. So we're still standing, guys. Like I said, this is my third attempt to get this message out. So you have family and friends or whatever that tried to kill, steal, and destroy. Kill, steal, and destroy from you, or kill, steal. Yeah, they tried to steal and destroy everything that you work for, everything that you're all about, and they wanted you dead. So guess what? You're here. You passed. You passed the test. So that's my message for today. Watch your back. Don't trust anybody because uh, they're hopeless now, right? Because all their plans failed. And I mean, if you can just imagine how long this is going on for, right? Talking about people looking you in the face and lying right to your face, shaking your hand, smiling, and lying, like planning on taking you out. So that's my read for today, guys. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Believe in yourself. Never give up. Never surrender. All right? And these people that tried to take you out, they're all pieces of crap. Leave them in the past. They're all scumbags. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. All right? See you guys on the next one. Later.